Students, on this slide, we will see an example of a proficient learner level writing. On the two previous slides, slides 6 and 7, we saw the beginning learner level and a developing learner level example. Keep in mind that the beginning learner level simply identifies story elements, and the developing learner level talks about the story elements. However, with the proficient learner, this student considers the actions and experiences of the characters and roles to explain the theme and interactions. So this student is going a little bit farther and including the characters' experiences and how they may have helped develop the theme over time. What did this character experience? Okay, so we'll read an example from Scrooge again, but think about Odin. What did he experience? Remember, in the story it said that Odin experienced sorrow, death, joy, happiness. He also was able to experience his kids growing up, and he was able to experience men and women being created. That ultimately led to him sacrificing his eye so that he can further help them. So you have to think about all of that. Consider all of the characters' experiences and how that may lead to the overall theme. All right, let's read this example. Now remember, we are addressing the question of how do the characters' actions help develop the theme. Our specific question relates entirely to Odin, but remember, we are using the example of Scrooge and A Christmas Carol. Okay. Scrooge is the protagonist of A Christmas Carol. The major conflict in the play is that Scrooge is greedy, unkind, and uncaring. At the beginning of the play, Scrooge refuses to go to his nephew's house for dinner. He won't donate to the poor and mistreats Bob. The Ghost of Christmas Past shows him mistakes he made in the past. For example, he let Belle break off their engagement because he cared more about money than her. Scrooge realized that his actions led to a lonely life. The Ghost of Christmas Present shows him how his actions in the present are harmful. When he sees how the Cratchits don't have enough food, he realizes that it is his fault because he doesn't pay Bob enough. Finally, he learns what the future will be like if he doesn't change his actions. He will be dead and no one will mourn him. Tiny Tim will also be dead because Scrooge did not help him. This realization causes Scrooge to change his actions, which develops the theme that charity, mercy, and forgiveness all bring joy to both the giver and the receiver. So we can tell students that this specific example is much more developed than the first two. This student was able to consider the character's actions. So, for example, what Scrooge did and his experiences. Okay, so here we have what Scrooge did, his actions. Okay, we also include his experiences and how these experiences kind of led to how he lives his life. So he let Belle break off their engagement because he cared more about money than her, and therefore Scrooge was able to realize that his actions and experiences led to the life that he is living now. So we can tell that throughout this writing, this student was able to incorporate the experiences of Scrooge and how his experiences and actions led to the overall theme.